Welcome to Discovering Gender Diversity, a series that explores a world of unique gender identities, their advantages and challenges. Join us as we uncover narratives, journey across borders, and learn how countries support gender diversity. Third gender, breaking barriers, navigating gender identity development in the third gender spectrum. The concept of a third gender varies across different cultures and societies, and it's important to note that not all cultures recognize or conceptualize gender in this way. The idea of a third gender typically challenges the traditional binary understanding of gender as strictly male or female. In some cultures, individuals who identify as a third gender may not fit within the conventional categories of male or female and may encompass a range of gender expressions and identities. Understanding gender identity development for those who identify as part of the third gender can be complex and context dependent. It often involves a combination of individual experiences, cultural influences, and personal self-discovery. Here are some general considerations. 1. Cultural context. Different cultures have different understandings of gender, and the development of gender identity within a third gender framework is heavily influenced by cultural norms and beliefs. In some cultures, third gender categories may be recognized and accepted as a traditional part of society, while in others, they may face stigmatization and marginalization. 2. Socialization. Like individuals of any gender identity, those identifying as part of the third gender are socialized into their cultural norms and expectations regarding gender roles. Socialization can impact how individuals understand and express their gender identity. It may involve negotiation between personal feelings and societal expectations. 3. Self-discovery. Gender identity development often involves a process of self-discovery where individuals explore and come to understand their own gender identity. This process can be influenced by personal feelings, experiences, and a sense of congruence or incongruence with the gender roles assigned by society. 4. Community and support. The availability of supportive communities can significantly impact the development of gender identity. Communities that recognize and accept diverse gender identities can provide validation and a sense of belonging. On the other hand, a lack of acceptance and understanding within a community can lead to feelings of isolation and marginalization. 5. Legal and institutional recognition. Legal and institutional recognition of third gender categories can also play a role in shaping individuals' experiences. Recognition can lead to increased visibility, rights, and protections for those identifying as part of the third gender. It's crucial to approach the understanding of gender identity development with cultural sensitivity and an acknowledgement of the diversity of human experiences. Different cultures may have distinct perspectives on gender, and individuals within those cultures will navigate their gender identity in unique ways. The concept of a third gender challenges the traditional binary understanding of gender as strictly male or female. While discussions about advantages are subjective and context dependent, recognizing and accepting a third gender can have several potential positive impacts. 1. Diversity and inclusion. Acknowledging a third gender promotes diversity and inclusion by recognizing and validating gender identities outside the binary. It reflects a more encompassing understanding of the richness and complexity of human experiences. 2. Reducing stigma and marginalization. For individuals who identify with a third gender, societal recognition can contribute to reducing stigma and marginalization. Acceptance and visibility can lead to a more supportive environment for these individuals. 3. Personal empowerment. Recognizing a third gender can empower individuals to express their gender identity authentically. It allows people to articulate their experiences and challenges without the constraints of a binary framework. 4. Legal protections. Legal recognition of a third gender can provide individuals with legal protections and rights that may not be available when adhering strictly to a binary gender system. This includes protection from discrimination and the ability to access appropriate healthcare and identification documents. 5. Cultural diversity. Embracing a third gender reflects the cultural diversity of societies. Many cultures historically recognized more than two genders, and acknowledging a third gender preserves and respects these diverse cultural perspectives. 6. Challenging gender norms. The recognition of a third gender challenges rigid gender norms and stereotypes, encouraging a more fluid and open understanding of gender. This can contribute to breaking down harmful stereotypes and expectations associated with traditional gender roles. 7. Enhanced understanding of gender. Recognizing a third gender contributes to a more nuanced and sophisticated understanding of gender as a social and cultural construct. It encourages people to question and explore their own assumptions about gender. 8. Community building. Recognition of a third gender can foster the development of supportive communities. Individuals who share a third gender identity may find solidarity and connection with others facing similar experiences. It's important to note that the advantages of recognizing a third gender are not universal, and the impact can vary depending on cultural, social, and legal contexts. Additionally, the positive aspects mentioned here may be accompanied by challenges and resistance as societal attitudes evolve and adapt to more inclusive perspectives on gender. The recognition of a third gender can face challenges and disadvantages depending on the cultural, social, and legal context. It's important to note that these disadvantages are not inherent to the concept of a third gender but may arise from societal attitudes, lack of understanding, and resistance to change. Some potential disadvantages include: 1. Stigmatization and discrimination. Individuals identifying with a third gender may still face stigmatization and discrimination in societies that strongly adhere to traditional binary gender norms. Prejudice and bias can manifest in various forms, such as social exclusion, harassment, and denial of opportunities. 2. Lack of legal recognition. In many places, legal systems may not recognize a third gender, which can result in a lack of legal protections and rights for individuals who identify with this gender. This may affect aspects such as marriage, identification documents, and protection from discrimination. 3. Limited healthcare access. Healthcare systems may not be adequately equipped to address the specific health needs of individuals identifying with a third gender. This can lead to limited access to healthcare services that are sensitive to diverse gender identities. 4. Challenges in education and employment. Individuals identifying with a third gender may face obstacles in accessing education and employment opportunities due to discrimination and lack of understanding. This can contribute to economic and social marginalization. 5. Resistance from traditional beliefs. Societies with strong adherence to traditional gender norms may resist the recognition of a third gender. Cultural and religious beliefs that emphasize a binary gender system can contribute to resistance and opposition. 6. Lack of visibility and representation. The lack of visibility and representation of individuals with a third gender identity in media, education, and other societal institutions can perpetuate ignorance and reinforce stereotypes. 7. Family and social rejection. Individuals who identify with a third gender may experience rejection from their families and social circles. The pressure to conform to traditional gender expectations can strain relationships and lead to social isolation. 8. Legal and bureaucratic challenges. Legal and bureaucratic systems may not be prepared to handle the recognition of a third gender. This can result in challenges related to obtaining official documents, accessing healthcare, and navigating legal processes. 9. Lack of awareness and education. Lack of awareness and education about diverse gender identities can contribute to misunderstanding and prejudice. Initiatives to promote awareness and understanding of third gender identities may be limited or non-existent. It's important to address these disadvantages through education, advocacy, and legal reforms to create more inclusive and supportive environments for individuals with diverse gender identities. As societal attitudes evolve, the disadvantages associated with the recognition of a third gender may diminish, leading to greater acceptance and understanding. As of my last knowledge update in January 2022, attitudes toward and recognition of third gender individuals can vary widely across countries, and this information might have changed since then. However, as of that time, some countries were making efforts to recognize and protect the rights of individuals who identify as third gender. Keep in mind that the situation might have evolved, and it's always a good idea to check the most recent information. Here are 4 countries that were known for being relatively progressive in this regard. 1. Nepal. Nepal has been recognized for its progressive approach to gender identity. The country officially recognizes a third gender category on citizenship documents, and there are efforts to include third gender options in various aspects of public life. 2. India. India, through legal rulings, officially recognizes a third gender, often referred to as Hera. The Supreme Court of India, in a landmark judgment in 2014, recognized transgender people as a third gender and directed the government to ensure equal rights and opportunities. 3. Pakistan. Pakistan officially recognizes a third gender on national identity cards, allowing individuals to identify as X instead of male or female. This recognition is a positive step toward acknowledging and respecting diverse gender identities. 4. Germany. Germany allows individuals to choose a third gender option on birth certificates and other official documents. The country introduced a law in 2018 that allows parents of intersex children to leave the gender entry blank on birth certificates. It's crucial to note that while these countries may have made strides in recognizing and respecting third gender identities, challenges and disparities may still exist. Additionally, social attitudes and legal frameworks can change over time. It's recommended to check for the latest developments and legal provisions in each country to get the most accurate and up-to-date information. Thank you for being part of this inspiring journey. Your time and engagement are truly appreciated. We hope you've gained insight into the beauty of diversity in our world. Thank you for celebrating it with us. In the video description, you'll find links to explore additional gender identities for a more comprehensive understanding.